Hi, this is Kirk, the Bariatric Carnivore. Do you need a tribe? And that's an interesting question. I mean, do you really need to have a tribe of people to help support you in your keto, low-carb, carnivore journey? Well, frankly, you might. You might need more support than you might think, particularly if you are coming at this from the perspective of somebody who's just still eating the standard American diet. If you're eating a SAD diet, well, guess what? You're probably addicted to ultra-processed foods. Why? Because the food industry designs their food to be addictive. Remember, they're not looking after you. They are trying to sell their human pet chow to as many customers as possible, and they want you to get addicted to it. So they have deliberately engineered that food to have things like MSG, sugar, saltiness, just the right flavor and texture to keep you wanting to come back for more. And when you give that up and you start eating real food for a little while, there's a bit of a disconnect. You know, you are going to be fighting real cravings. People are often addicted to sugar and certain carbohydrates. They set off a part of your brain that releases a dopamine effect, which gets your attention. Basically, this is pleasure central, firing from the brain. And when you quit giving yourself sugar, when you quit feeding yourself carbs, your brain's going to rebel. It's going to be demanding stuff just as much as it would if you were trying to get a cigarette or another hit of cocaine. It may not be a physical addiction, or it could be. Heck, I mean, I know that when I quit eating carbs for a little while, I was feeling a little shaky. The body was going, hey, wait a second, I'm supposed to have glucose here. You're supposed to be feeding me every couple of hours, and now I wasn't, so there's some transition time. So how do you overcome the cravings? How do you overcome the addiction? How do you make the change? Well, one of the nice things about living in this age right now with the internet is we can form tribes. It's fairly easy to find other like-minded people that are going through the same stuff that can be there to encourage you. Because frankly, the government isn't going to be encouraging you. Your doctor probably isn't going to be encouraging you. The medical system isn't. The food industry is going to be trying to push their slop on you. It's darn difficult. You know, when I went through my cabinets, emptied them all out of all the junk food and threw it away in the trash and saw all the stuff that I needed to start eating, it was kind of terrifying. But thankfully, I'd been researching this stuff long enough before that I knew that this is what I wanted to do. And I'd been following enough people on YouTube and had joined some Facebook groups that were very supportive, encouraged me through it, the whole 9 yards. You may need, if you're really addicted to ultra-processed food, you may need to find a 12-step program, something akin to Overeaters Anonymous or Celebrate Freedom, or whatever type of 12-step program that's out there that can really help you overcome, make behavioral changes through the support of carrying a supportive group. So that's what 12-step programs do. They help you make change and help you overcome addictions by supporting one another and sharing and really getting down deep as to what the root issues are. Because a lot of times addiction is not just the actual physical cravings. Addiction is where you are trying to cover up old traumatic feelings through food, and you're trying to self-soothe yourself, and you're not dealing with the issues. You are really, and frankly, just covering them up, quite literally, with food. So if you really want to overcome this stuff, you may have to come to grips with some old issues. And that's what 12-step programs do. So don't feel bad about utilizing the 12-step program. Don't feel bad about utilizing a like-minded support group. Depends on where you're coming from. I mean, look, not everybody that drinks alcohol is going to become an alcoholic. Not everybody that tries cocaine is going to become a coke addict. And not everybody that eats carbs and processed foods are addicted to processed foods. We're all going to go through some cravings and withdrawals, but those pass within the first couple of weeks. It's the addicts that we kind of have a tendency to leave behind, because that's a little more difficult to overcome. I mean, you could use a professional counselor or therapist, but I really think the best support comes from other like-minded folks that are trying to overcome the same addiction. And it's a very powerful thing. There's a lot of power in group unity. So don't discount putting together your own tribe. Find other like-minded folks to help you through this journey. Unless you've got a very supportive family, and frankly, most of us don't. I mean, I find it amazing, but my family was kind of like, perfectly okay with me if I sat down and ate a pizza in front of them. If I sat down with 2 Big Macs and a big Coke, everybody's fine. But when I tell them, look, I don't want any veggies, all I want is a steak, everybody loses their freaking minds. They're like sitting there going, my gosh, you're gonna die if you don't eat veggies. No science behind them at all, but look, there's a lot of pressure that comes on you from a lot of different sources. Friends and family, well-meaning people are going to say, look, you got to eat the rainbow, you got to eat all this stuff. No, you don't. Frankly, you just don't. There's no science behind it, and if you challenge them on that one, they're going to get very defensive. So better to have like-minded friends and supporters that can help join you in this journey, give you the support that you need. So look for a tribe, look for friends, look for people online that can give you help and support and knowledge. Frankly, I mean, there's a lot of people out there that have been doing this for a long time, and it's a great place to share recipes, good ideas, help one another around. It cannot be overestimated just how powerful a good tribe can be. So this is Kirk, the Bariatric Carnivore. I hope you like this message. I hope you want to like and subscribe to this channel. Please join us in this journey for better health. I try to put out a new message every single workday. I will talk to you soon.